yamunatiravanachari yamunatiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Yamunatiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Jam Vishnupad Paramhamsa Brivrajacharya Stotra Shata Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Sarva Shastra Dipiyusha Sarva Vedaika Satvala Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadya Srimad Sarva Lokaika Drikprada Sarva Bhagavata Prana Srimad Bhagavata Prabho Kalidvanto Ditatitya Shri Krishna Parivartita Paramananda Pathaya Prema Varshak Sharayate Sarvada Sarvasevyaya Shri Krishnaya Namostume Mad Eka Bandho Mad Sangin Mad Guru Man Mahadanan Manistaraka Mad Bhagya Madananda Namostute Asadhu Sadhu Tadayin Atinicho Chatakara Hanamuncha Kadachin Mam Premna Hrit Kantayospura Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 13, Appearance of Lord Varaha, texts 1, 2 and 3. So we are reading the first verse. Śrī Śukadeva niśamya vācam vadato muneḥ puṇya-tamām nṛpa bhūyaḥ papraccha kauravyo vāsudeva-kathādṛtaḥ. Śrī Śukadeva niśamya vācam vadato muneḥ puṇya-tamām nṛpa bhūyaḥ papraccha kauravyo vāsudeva-kathādṛtaḥ. puṇyatamāṁ nṛpa bhūyaḥ papraccha kauravyo vāsudeva-kathādṛtaḥ. Śrī Śukadeva niśamya vācam vadato muneḥ puṇyatamāṁ nṛpa bhūyaḥ papraccha kauravyo vāsudeva-kathāmritaḥ. Śukadeva niśamya vācam vadato muneḥ puṇyatamāṁ nṛpa bhūyaḥ papraccha kauravyo niśamya eva katpadatāh. Śrī Śukadeva niśamya vācam vadato muneḥ puṇyatamāṁ nṛpa bhūyaḥ papraccha kauravyo vāsudeva-kathādṛtaḥ. Śrī Śukadeva Śrī Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, niśamya, after hearing, vācam, talks, vadataḥ, while speaking, muneḥ, of Maitreya Muni, puṇya-tamām, the most virtuous, nṛpa, O king, bhūyaḥ, then again, papraccha, inquired, kauravyaḥ, the best amongst the Kurus, Vidura, vāsudeva-kathā, topics on the subject of the personality of Godhead, vāsudeva, ādṛtaḥ, one who so adores. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Śrī Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, O king, after hearing all these most virtuous topics from the sage Maitreya, Vidura inquired further on the topics of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. which he adored to hear. Purport. The word ādṛtaḥ is significant because it indicates that Vidura had a natural inclination for hearing the transcendental message of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he was never fully satisfied, though continuing to hear those topics. He wanted to hear more and more so that he could be more and more blessed by the transcendental message. Text 2. Vidura uvāca savai svayambhuva samrat priya putra svayambhuvaha pratilabhya priyam patnim kim chakara tato muneḥ. Vidura said, O great sage, what did Swayambhuva, the dear son of Brahma, do after obtaining his very loving wife? Text 3. Charitam tasya rajarshir adi rajasya sattama bruhi me shraddadhanaya vishvakshenashrayo hyasau. O best of the virtues, the original king of kings, Manu, was a great devotee of the Personality of Godhead, Hari, and thus it is worth hearing of his sublime character and activities. Please describe them. I am very eager to hear. Purport. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of the transcendental topics of the Personality of Godhead and his pure devotees. In the absolute world, there is no difference in quality between the Supreme Lord and his pure devotee. Therefore, hearing the topics of the Lord and hearing of the character and activities of the pure devotee have the same result, namely, the development of devotional service. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saharagunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kantha Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gauranghi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhove Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vikasa Swamiti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for the opportunity that I can speak here. I seek blessings of all the Vaishnavas, especially the senior Vaishnavas. So we are starting a new chapter. It's not, the topic will just continue from the previous chapters. It's not like a sudden change. It's a natural continuation. The topic being here in the first three verses is that Vidura is very eager to hear about the Lord, about his pastimes. He wants to learn more. And Okay, just give a short summary of the chapter that we are now just starting to study. Is that there's a verse at the beginning of the commentary that Sridhara Swami did. He always gives a verse summary, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also. So I just took that, so it's easier to summarize. Triyodashe sasrikshayam anura kasmika plutam dharam udhartum udbhutat kroda daitendra sudanam. So the 13th chapter describes the desire of Swayambhuva Manu to create. Then there's the exceptional, let's say, floating, extraordinary, it's not regular, floating of the earth in the Garbhodaka ocean, and then consequently the appearance of Lord Varaha, who manifested to rescue the earth. And he also killed the king of the demons. That being Hiranyaksha is not named in this chapter, but it's clear that that's him. Then if we take the summary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, we get like even the fuller summary, because summary always means you will leave something out. So there's something more here. Trayodashe manorvacha dhyayato brahmano nasaha udbhuya gam gata krodo gam udadri dvijaistutaha. So the 13th chapter describes Lord Brahma meditating on the request of Swayambhuva Manu, and as a result, Lord Varaha manifested from Lord Brahma's nose. Consequently, Lord Varaha approached the earth, lifted her from the ocean, Garbhodaka ocean, and the sages then offered prayers to Lord Varaha. So that's what will be described here in this chapter. Maybe I'm picking notes into somebody else's topics, but I cannot resist to, like, this is the topic of Varahadev here. And if we just read a little bit through the chapter, there's an interesting mention that Maitreya here describes or amalgamates, joins two Varahas, two different appearances of Varahadev. It's the same Varaha, but at different times in this creation. So the one that is being described just now is that Lord Varahadev appeared from the nose of Lord Brahma and then rescued the earth. That is right, Swayambhuva Manu. This is this period of time. And here there was no killing of Hiranyaksha, because there was no Hiranyaksha. There was no descendants of Swayambhuva Manu. Swayambhuva Manu just started his post, his term, right? There's no sons of daughters, because Hiranyaksha, who is Hiranyaksha? He's the son of Diti and Kashyapa. Diti was the daughter of Daksha. He was the son of the Prachetas, and the Prachetas were descendants of Uttanapada, who is one of the two sons of Swayambhuva Manu. And that is 18 generations later. So, not yet, that one. But there's another Varahadeva who did kill Hiranyaksha, and that's in the 6th Manvantara of Chakshusha Manu. And he didn't appear from the nose of Lord Brahma, but from the waters of Garbhodaka. And he lifted the earth and he killed Hiranyaksha. So, but Maitreya Muni just kind of joined both stories, and all the acharyas are kind of, they agree on this. We can read about this in Laghu Bhagavatam by Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī, Jiva Gosvāmī also. Prabhupada is quoting him, is explaining this in his commentary. So it's and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also. So it's an agreement. These things happen. this is not so important, but it's a technical detail, and acharyas found it important enough to tell us. It's not exactly like this, but it's like this. But, you know, that's fine. So, we mentioned this 3 verses emphasize that the eagerness of Vidura to hear about the Lord, that comes from in the first verse, there's vāsudeva-kathādṛtaḥ. That's the compound which signifies that vāsudeva-kathā, that's clear, topics of Vasudeva, Krishna, and ādṛtaḥ is the translation is one who so adores, one who is eager to hear vāsudeva-kathā. This is the meaning that Srila Prabhupada takes. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives 2 more meanings, and he is playing with the word ādṛtaḥ, or using different meanings of the word ādṛtaḥ. Ādṛtaḥ means eager, attentive, zealous, to hear, for vāsudeva-kathā. This is the meaning that Prabhupada is taking. And then it means the respected, honored ādṛtaḥ. So, Vidura is honored by vāsudeva-kathā, taking vāsudeva-kathā as a person. So, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, let Vidura hear me. He's putting the words in the personified vāsudeva-kathā. Let Vidura hear me, and by the effect of my sweetness, his life will become fully successful. So this is how Vidura is adored or honored by Katha itself. And then further, what is Vasudeva-kathā? It's those who speak it and those who hear it. It's speakers and listeners. And in that vein, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he says that Vidura is honored by within this Vasudeva-kathā because Vidura is dear to both the speakers and listeners of Srimad Bhagavatam. If we go a little further, in the first canto, Vidura is the subject of Vasudeva-kathā, of Bhagavatam. So definitely he is dear to the speakers and to the hearers. And here also, just by the fact that he is the hearer, he's the one who asks, he's honored by Maitreya Muni also. He's dear to him, obviously, such a meek and humble soul. And also by all the subsequent hearers and listeners of Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is Vidura. So the eagerness of Vidura to hear Vasudeva-kathā, Krishna-katha is very Lord and his devotees. That's especially emphasized in the verse 3 because he wants to hear about Swayambhuva Mani. So it's not Krishna himself, but his dear devotee. So that's very characteristic for for the hearers of the Bhagavatam. They often, throughout the Bhagavatam, they express their ecstasy upon hearing about glorification of the Lord and his devotees. And for us, this is conveying to us, oh, there's so much there in this Krishna-katha. Even if I am not, at this point, able to really fully appreciate, to fully relish, what's there in Krishna-katha, but it's there. And slowly we may unlock it by the process of devotional service. The hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Katha is miraculous. It's something very, very special, and we cannot really find words which sufficiently emphasize this. Immediately in the beginning of the Bhagavatam, we hear in the invocation, Nigama kalpataro, galitam phalam shukamukhat, amrita drava samyutam, pibata bhagavatam, rasam alayam, muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. So in this cream of the Vedic knowledge, literature, which has become even sweeter by emanating from the mouth of Śukadeva Gosvāmī, there is rasa. It is much beyond liberation. Liberation is also sweet. Compared to the material existence, liberation is great, and in general, we want liberation. But we want to get free from material existence. That's the point. But not just that. And that's not good enough, because that's not satisfying to the soul completely. So we want that rasa. Rasa is where that taste is in the relationship with the Lord. And those who are rasikas, they really fully relish that. So drink this Bhagavatam, which is full of rasa. So this is in the invocation of the Bhagavatam. It's the third verse. It indicates what's here. First, of course, Param Satyam Dhimahi, we are meditating on the Supreme Lord, Supreme Absolute Truth, and that's described. Who is He? And then the sages of Naimisharanya, then we are transformed, we go to Naimisharanya, where the sages are doing their yajna for the benefit of for us, for the inhabitants of those who live in the period of Kali Yuga, very unfortunate age, very bad, that we experience. So they do the yajna 1,000 years or something like that, like long, because it's so bad, so lots of yajna is needed. And then Sutta Goswami comes and changes the whole thing, because now they understand that he can really give us the remedy to counteract the age of Kali Yuga. Actually, if you study those verses, you see the sages are they're so sharp, they're quick. They are not wasting their time. It's saying our lives are short. People are basically stupid. Don't teach us the whole Vedic literatures. You know that, but because you learn it in Puranas and everything else, by the mercy of your spiritual masters, give us the essence. Give us the essence, and they indicate what they want to hear. We want to hear about the son of Vasudeva, and the son of Devaki. you know what is the purpose of his descendants. So, and the sages always say, do this. They say why he's supposed to do that, or they request him to do that. Tanna shushrushamananam, as who are eager to hear, arhasyanga nivarnitum yasyavataru bhutanam kshamaya cha bhavaya cha. Please speak according to what the previous acharyas have said. Anuvarnitum, not just describe, but repeat after others. Don't invent. Of the one whose avatars are beneficial for the living being, Shamaya cha Bhavaya cha. So to hear about him is beneficial, about his avatars. So that's why you should speak about Krishna, and that's one reason. There may be so many reasons, but they give more reasons. Apana sansritingoramya nama vivashogrenam tata sadyo vimuchyeta yad bibheti swayam bhayam. His name is so powerful. The name of Lord Krishna. Those who even unconsciously take to the name somehow or other, they are immediately liberated. And even the fear personified is afraid of this name. Oh, so that's his name, Krishna's name. And then Yatpada Sanshraya Sutta Munaya Prashamayanaha Sadhya Punantyupasprishta Svardunyapunuseva. Yeah. His devotees are very powerful. If we take, those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them. And all glories to the Ganga Mata, but the waters of the Ganges can sanctify only after a prolonged use. But devotees immediately, devotees of the Lord. So, who is there who will not want to hear about him? Kova bhagavatastasya punya shlokedya karmanaha shuddhikamana shrinuyat yasha kalimalapaham. So who is there desiring deliverance from the vices of the age of quarrel, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord? Is there anyone? There's no one, right? The sage is saying, this is a rhetorical question, it's not, but if we take it as a question, is there anyone? Well, I know at least one. So, by all the good reasons, everybody is supposed to be fully eager to hear about the Lord. But there's one fact that not everybody is eager to hear about the Lord. So, that's meaningful. And who is the right, whose mind is correctly tuned, they will want to hear. So speak about the Lord's pastimes He performs in His various avatars. And yes, there are others who may not be so much eager, but vāyam tu na vitripyama. We uttama shloka vikrame. We are not tired. We're not satisfied. We're not. What's the word? Satiated. We never tire of hearing. That's not. We don't get enough. We are satisfied, but we want more. Yat shrinvatam rasa jnanam svadu svadu pade pade. Those who have developed a taste for transcendental relationships, rasa jnanam, with him relish hearing his pastimes at every moment. So we are here. We are those. They're not shy to say that. No, please just tell us, enlighten us. Obviously, Sutta Gosvāmī is on the higher level. That's why they asked him. They are Krishna conscious, it's clear. But that's not, I'm Krishna conscious, I don't need to hear anymore. No, I want more. You have that more, give us, please. So that's the taste for Bhagavad-kathā, Bhagavad Shravan, hearing. That is what we want. And the sages give us their taste for us to see, oh, it actually exists. So Bhagavatam deals with that, like lack of taste or non-taste for Bhagavad-kathā. It doesn't just start with that, actually, who's the crazy guy who doesn't want to hear and let him go. No. He deals with that. No? It says, then Sutta Gosvāmī speaks, Dharma svanushtita pumsa vishvaksena katāsuyaha not pādayad yadiratim shrama eva hi kevalam. If duties that one performs, occupational duties, if they do not provoke or provoke attraction for the message of the personality of Godhead, these are only just useless labor. It's just useless. It's quite it's a heavy statement. How it's useless, but the point is that the fruit of dharma is the taste for the hearing about the Lord. And if that doesn't happen, then it's useless. So one should do nothing else but, tasmadekena manasa bhagavan sattvatam padihi shrotavya kirtitavya dhyaya pudyascha nityada. One should just hear about, glorify, remember, worship the personality of Godhead. Sattvatam padihi. He's the protector of the devotees. And with that, yat anudhyasina yukta karma granti nibandhanam chindanti kovidastasya kona kuryat kataratim. Again, with that sword in hand, with the intelligent man, cut through the binding knots of reactionary work by remembering the personality of Godhead. Yat anudhyasina yukta. That's the sword, the remembrance of the Lord, and that cuts through the karma. Therefore, who will not pay attention to his message? Again, who will not pay? This is such an amazing facility, amazing process. Get free from the reactions of one's past work, and it's fully relishable. It's pleasant. You're happy. Then, so who will not pay? Well, yeah. Again, I don't pay, so it's a problem. And then Sutta Gosvāmī gives an answer to that. Shūshūṣoṣradadhānasya vāsudeva-kathā rucihi syan mahātsevaya vipra puṇya-tirtha-nishevana. By serving those devotees who are completely freed from all vice, great service is done. By such service, one gains affinity for hearing the messages of Vasudeva. So, one gets, by serving those who have the taste for hearing and chanting about the Lord, one also gets that. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes that this verse speaks about Sadguru and surrender to the bona fide spiritual master, and that by engaging in the service of his lotus feet, then vāsudeva-kathā rucihi syāt. Then this becomes a fact for the one who does that. That's we see how much emphasis is given to the worship of the devotees in our line. It's so prominent in the way that Prabhupada established the program of regular ISKCON program. So much is there. Early in the morning, the first thing we do is samsara dāvana lalita loka tranaya karunya kanagana tvam. And and so on. Speaking about glorifying the bona fide Guru, who is, by whose mercy we are engaged in the service of the Lord. And we have this Prabhupada Guru Puja also. Kind of signifying or emphasizing the position of Srila Prabhupada in ISKCON as a preeminent Shiksha Guru. And that song is also used for others, but most appropriately for Srila Prabhupada. He really, he is described in all the lines of that song. And he's the Sadguru, bona fide spiritual master. So, but the process of devotional service starts with Guru Padashrayas Tasmat, Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam, and so on. It starts with the surrender to the Guru. Now, it's a sensitive topic, but again, we have seen, let's say, in the last 50 years, it's not so easy to be a guru. It's a heavy task, and but the movement survived. And so those who represent Srila Prabhupada to the via medium and sufficiently pure, they represent the same principle. There's no going around that principle. That, okay, just make Prabhupada our guru. That doesn't work because we need a living guru. So, and guru is not, his function is not just to give a mantra that we can chant and get purified. You see, the whole process of devotional service depends on the mercy which comes above. That's in the 8th stanza of the Gurvashtaka. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasadu, yasya prasadam nagati kutopi. So that's there. We cannot say, no, this doesn't exist. I'm just chanting holy names, because the holy names, they don't need any guru. It's there. It's there in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. They're so powerful, the holy names of the Lord. You don't need to get it from a guru. It's something extraordinary. It works. Still. Srila Rupa Gosvāmī says, Guru Padashrayas Tasmat, Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam, Vishrambena Guru Seva, and so on. That's how it goes. So, yeah, there's no going around that principle. But we work with what we have. There's so many nice devotees in this movement, so many advanced devotees, and we can see their taste for holy name, for hearing the Bhagavatam, speaking the Bhagavatam, for the activities of devotional service. So, the best among us become gurus, right? Guide others, inspire others, so, yeah. The process of devotional service is amazingly powerful, and that on this we base the whole movement. Like Srila Prabhupada came in the middle of those who didn't know anything about Krishna, and they were receptive. Those who knew something about Krishna in India, they were not. interested because they wanted whatever they wanted, some piety, but nothing serious. Piety, what means piety? If you want to accumulate money, position, power. There's 4 reasons Bhaktivinoda Thakur analyzes why a person will worship God. One is out of fear. We do not want to go in hell, for instance, if we have faith in Shastra. So, by working a certain way, we go to hell if we are sinful people. And then there's, if we want something from God, so that's karma kanda. So there's ways, it's described what to do to get what. So we will worship the Lord for that. And there's duty. We feel we should worship the Lord. You know, we read the Shastra, we hear, yes, all right, He is to be worshipped, so therefore we worship. And that is equated with the Vaidhi Bhakti Sadhana. So we have to, we don't fully have the taste, but we do it. And then there's just out of love, Raga, right? That's Raga, Nuga, Vaidhi, Sadhana, Bhakti, and onwards. So, yeah, so people may be interested in God just in getting something. So when such people, they have to do too much austerity, they will not be interested. It's just something fine. So, anyway, so we were speaking about how the pious people of India were not interested, but those who were born in the impious West, they were, because they were more kind of thinking out of the box. They wanted something. But actually, personally, very, let's say, so not pure, let's say, not pure. They were, as everyone in this material world, we are searching for the nectar at the wrong place. So therefore it's impure. Inevitably. So how? So impure, but Prabhupada had his faith in the holy name, the Bhagavatam, who brought with him. He prepared for this, his engagement in the West with the Bhagavatam. He knew this is so powerful. This will purify. Sometimes, because of the previous, sometimes or many times, or it happens, because of the previous bad samskaras, they overtake the purity, and then bad things happen. So, but we should not be really so much, how to say, despondent, oh, it happens, they're all bogus, No. Many devotees, most of us are sincere, but we have problems. We do have problems. We have to address them, and we address them by just staying in the process. Who said yesterday? Shamananda Prabhu, he spoke about it. Dealing with disappointment, right? We may be disappointed with others and with ourselves also. That's even worse, actually. Because if others are, I'm here, I'm good, it's okay. Others are at fault, and we deal with that fault, we can go around. But if I'm at fault, how do I go around that? What do I do? I don't become like this, purified, at will. Actually, we can. That's the whole process. One holy name is enough. Chanted purely. No, that's not how I'm not pure. That's how can I chant purely? But the point is, there's a process. There's a process. Chant. Do this, do that. It will, increase chanting, increase Krishna seva, increase the association with devotees. So, and then purification will come bit by bit by bit, and become stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's the process of devotional service. And Bhagavatam is one such tremendous, powerful, it's not, how can I say tool? It's Krishna himself in literary form. It has a tremendous potency to fully purify us. Holy name has the potency to fully purify us. So, and it's given prominence here in our process. We should just take advantage of that. Do not be despondent, disappointed with us, with anyone else. Just, stick to the process, because this will give us this rasa which we are searching for. We want that. We want that nectar. Without Krishna consciousness, there's no nectar. So we have to fight for it. We have to fight. It's you hear every morning it's difficult. Get up, and but we get there and it's blissful. We may come to a stage where, no, we want to get up because we don't want to miss, or if we have to miss because, I don't know, we are sick or some other disadvantage that is there that we cannot overcome, and then we feel bad. That's fine, that's great. There's some eagerness on our part. That's also, that purifies. So, yeah, we have to get in the fire of Krishna consciousness. In the Bhagavatam, the name, holy name, be attentive in japa, serve devotees, let us not be puffed up, just we are no one, here, no qualification. Somehow or other I'm engaged in Krishna consciousness. Like that, with that mood, it will be easy to advance. And we will become like Vidura, who are very eager to hear about the Lord. And then maybe at some point we'll be liked by others also, those who are hearers and speakers of the Bhagavatam. So that will be a great success for us if devotees like us. So yeah, that's the okay. I'll end here. If there are some questions, comments. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, it's the mic. You have to turn it on.
Thank you, Prabhu, for the nice class and beautiful Shastric references. My question was regarding Guru Pranashraya. You were speaking of the necessity for a spiritual master, and I was thinking that you see that sometimes you may have a devotee who has a Diksha Guru, but he's doing more service, more service and hearing more from a Shiksha Guru. And I was thinking, the mercy, where is the mercy flowing? We see that there's Diksha, but sometimes someone may not know their Diksha so well, their Diksha may have fallen down, there's so many circumstances. Yeah. So is it that the mercy is more flowing through the kind of the Bhagavat marg of hearing and chanting and service, or the process of Diksha? I was wondering if you could just speak a little about that.
As far as I understand, it's all interconnected, it's interlinked. And we may have many gurus, and we for a fact have many gurus. Rarely we have one guru, and we don't kind of care for others. That's not ISKCON even. I mean, at least that's not our movement. So I would say, get mercy wherever you can. Wherever you feel there's the mercy is flowing, go there. Of course, we respect our Diksha Guru, and we do that with his blessings, but it's not in opposition. It's all kind of just joining different sources of mercy. We have many gurus. All the senior Vaishnavas are our gurus, and we take their guidance. It may not be even senior, maybe our colleagues or our level devotees. There are many good qualities that we may aspire after, and we hear their experiences, we learn a lot. That's the Guru principle. May not be like agya in the sense of you have to do that, that's Guru. Guru may do that. But in the sense of that we are standing under, receiving the mercy. So I don't know,
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Nice answer. Appreciate that.
Thank you. There's a question there.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the nice class. In the purport to the third verse, Prabhupada's describing how the glorification of the devotee is equal to the glorification of Krishna. So I was just wondering, because in the beginning of ISKCON, probably ISKCON exploded practically from the glorification of Srila Prabhupada. So does that apply to a particular level of devotee that's glorified to be equal to the glorification of Krishna, or is it the glorification of all devotees?
Oh, okay, I understand what you mean. Well, it's the answer is here. The hearing the topics of the Lord and hearing of the character and activities of the pure devotee. It's not all the devotees, but the pure devotees. They have the same result. So you wanted to hear, like, is this good enough? Yeah, so still, it's not that those who have come to the fully pure devotional level, they are like, not to be heard about. There's a lot to be heard. I mean, a lot to hear about devotees, how they surrendered, how they're going through their lives, doing sacrifices. It's we hear that and we take that pure devotion which is there, not the mixed, whatever tendencies are there. That's how I understand. And it's purifying. We may hear about some, he, her, got a book and got so inspired, he did that. That gives us, that's also a boost in devotional life. That's how I understand. But hearing about Srila Prabhupada and his Leela is on a higher level, much higher level. That's on the level of Śukadeva Gosvāmī, Sutta Gosvāmī, that glorification is on that level. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande.